welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chelsea. For those just now seeing my face, oh my gosh, I am so sorry that I have been such a bad YouTuber. Y'all have not seen me in 2 months. I'm so sorry. Y'all have no idea what nonsense has occurred, but it's fine. I'm back. Let's get the chit chatting because your girl then caught the Rona, y'all. I'm up in here COVID positive in this bitch. Don't make no damn sense. And then the crazy part was I wasn't even doing nothing. Like, I didn't go outside, I didn't do shit. All I did was go to a friend's house for Christmas, and sis lied and said that she was getting over a cold. Bullshit, she had the fucking flu. And now the shit to turn into, anywho. I would normally be outside doing my end of the year video / review, but like I said, I just tested positive for COVID a couple days ago, but it's fine. Luckily, because I'm vaccinated, I have very mild symptoms. I thank God for that. So I'm just kind of chilling at home, trying to catch up on some things. Y'all, I'm depressed because I just did this video and then look back at it, no sound. So we're redoing it again, but that's fine. That means I can make this video shorter and greater for y'all. So I would love to talk to y'all about what I learned last year in 2021, because it was definitely a year for me that I will never forget. So much things occurred and went down. And I think the main thing that I want to make the topic of this video about is learning and understanding that no isn't always a bad thing. I think that's the main thing that I learned last year and that I need to continue to remind myself, because everybody, you know, we was conditioned from kids to know to associate the word no with like a final thing, like no means no, like that's what it is. Now, no does mean no. However, in life, it doesn't always mean that that's a closed case and that's gonna be all. Because last year, between me trying to step into the dating life, which has been a trial and error, girl, it's nonsense. But between me stepping into that and then also stepping into kind of reevaluating what I want to do in life, it's been interesting. So I'll take two chunks here. So when it comes to me doing the dating, and girl, that has been that's been interesting. I will say that when it comes to dating, I have been very intentional with me trying to date, because I said a long time ago that I don't want to date just to be dating. I want to date with a purpose, and I want to find a wife. That's just point blank period. I want my next relationship to be the last. So in order for that to happen, I have had a lot of situations, especially with me being an empath. I'll meet people and I'm just like, oh, they're such amazing, they're great, we'll have good conversation, everything's going great. Sometimes we meet up and everything's fantastic, and then of course this is lesbian time, so we fast forward to the end of the week and things start getting crazy, people start switching up, like, and I'm like, oh no, like what happened? Now I'm over here crying in the bathroom. Like, it's just a whole situation, and then it just falls apart. And I have had to really learn last year to just accept that no is not always a bad thing. I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this video, because I was trying to force something that was not meant to be. It was not meant for my good. And I had to realize that just because those people did not want to pursue anything with me, or they disappeared, or whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. That doesn't mean that, you know, I'll never find love. It just means that that person was not meant to be in my life, and that God, the universe, whatever you believe in, knew that that person was not gonna be the person. So now I try to look at it every time someone new comes along. I'm like, okay, like, you know, I've learned, because I know me, I am like I said, I'm an empath, I'm a Cancer, so we like to be a little bit emotional, girl. So I try to keep myself reserved from that. Try to be like, okay, like let's like really take a time, let's just sit down, let's kind of reevaluate, like let's not get all excited and jump into anything. So that is one thing that I've had to learn, and now I'm kind of seeing it as like a little game. So I really love Mortal Kombat as a kid, and I still love it. So I always look at it kind of like that. So whenever something starts to kick off with any female that I talk to, I'm like, round one, and then if it doesn't go, and I'm like finish her, that's it, round two, you know what I mean? So I try to play a little game in my head to try to like make, you know, kind of lighten up the mood with that, because it's like rejection sucks, you know, it's it's tough, especially when you get rejected over and over and over and over and over again. But like I said, I'm trying to tell myself that means that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to wifey. Like, she out there, like I'm actively looking, she probably actively looking. We both trying to go through the sea of bitches to get to each other. It's just a whole situation. So I look at it as like a game, you know what I mean? Just like, okay, that didn't work out, boom, we one step closer. So I tried to tell myself that, and also like to reiterate of me going with the flow. I've made videos about this earlier this year of me kind of trying to learn how to go with the flow with things, and I really feel like it's my best friend that passed away that he is helping me with that, because he was so good at it. I am learning to get good at that, because even with I'll take my music now, that has been an interesting thing, because I am in the process of kind of reinventing myself when it comes to my music, because not necessarily as an artist, but I purposely moved out here to Atlanta to try to find a job working for a music studio. So I went to school for audio engineering. That's what I love to do. I love to make people sound great. But I have had issues with trying to find a job with that, because even though I have a degree in it, I now have experience working in different studios and things like that. I am having such a tough time trying to find a regular 9-to-5 job doing that. So I, over the past couple months, have been really trying to reevaluate and reinvent, okay, what am I going to do? Because I am trying so hard to get myself out of the corporate life. Like, I do not want to work a 9-to-5, y'all. Like, it's literally burning my soul having to go and get on someone's clock. So I'm trying to figure out an active plan. I'm giving myself 4 years. I'll be 32 in 4 years. So I'm giving myself 4 years to be done with corporate life, be out of that, and just kind of doing my own thing and making, but still making money. So that's another thing that I've learned from last year, is that it's okay to have your plan, have your goal, but don't be afraid to reevaluate, reinvent yourself, reinvent the wheel, because it takes a special type of people. Most of us who are creatives are a special type of people anyway. So I knew going into what I went to school for that I wasn't gonna immediately walk into a job. Now, did I know I would be, 28 and still looking for one? No, but that's fine. It comes with territory. But I didn't major in something that I knew was gonna immediately start making me money. However, I did not anticipate the music industry changing so much to where like it's more toward independent artists than anything else. So that's been a major adjustment. A lot of these music studios don't want to get rid of anybody. They don't want to bring in nobody new, because they've been so used to doing the same old thing. And I'm like, well, y'all gonna run out of business at some point, because a lot of these people now can go on YouTube and they can figure out how to do their own shit. So what's gonna be the tea with that? So because of that, I have now come to the conclusion that I may or may not be as big as Beyonce's like I wanted to, or big as Kanye, or any of the people that I look up to. I may not be that type of superstar, but I can help create those types of superstars. And anybody that knows how the music industry works, if you can help, like if you're an engineer and you help create a hit song, that artist is gonna come back to you every single time to continue to help them create hits. So I realized that, and I'm like, okay, so why not just create my own studio? So I'm in the process of doing that this year. I am actively doing that this year. I'm planning on opening up hopefully by February, March at the latest. Probably February though to start. I won't be able to have a physical location right away, but I am gonna start advertising, mixing and mastering services, at least start getting some money flow so that I can stop working a second job. Because y'all, I started working a second job again, and it was so soul crushing. Y'all have no idea. I remember I cried getting dressed that night. I cried all the way there. It was such a very just like traumatic thing, because I just didn't want to be doing that, because I just hate the fact that I'm working a 9-to-5 and it does not pay all the bills, and that sucks. So if I can figure out a way to get music going, that way I can have some extra income coming in to where I can kind of start easing myself out of this workforce, that's gonna be the best thing for me to do. So that's what I say that to say that if you're doing something, whether it be music, art, doesn't matter. If you're doing something and you realize that it's not getting you where you want to be, at that point in time, you need to take a step back, reevaluate, and say, okay, what can I do to still do this? Rather, like I said, that'd be art, comedy, doesn't matter. What can I do to continue to do this passion, but also, like I said, reinvent the wheel a little bit, make myself some money, and start getting some different results? Because I'm sorry, I just refuse refuse to be doing the same 9-to-5 shit in my mid to late 30s. I'm not doing it, especially because I don't like to do it. It's not what I want to do. I just want to do music. I want to do YouTube. I want to stay at home because I have really bad road rage. Like, I don't want to do this. So I have to figure out, okay, what are we gonna do? So that's why I said sometimes a no, like all of those music studios that rejected me, that told me no, that's not a bad thing, because it allowed me time to be like, okay, well, you know what, that's not the road I need to go down. That means that I need to create my own shit, create my own art, and then just kind of go from there, you know? So now comes the hard work of venturing into entrepreneurship and figure out how I can do that, still make money, and still be happy. So that's gonna be the teeter-totter of this year, but I'm so excited to embrace on that journey, because I've been wanting to for a long time. I've had the idea of starting my own studio when I was like 12 or 13. So I think it's great that now I'm actually going to be actively doing it. So I'm excited about that. But like I said, no isn't always a no. Like I said, that's the main point of this whole video that I keep rambling about. No is not always a bad thing, okay? Sometimes it just means that it's a not right now, it's a maybe later, it's a, because you know, sometimes God can close the door because you're not ready yet, and he's trying to protect you from failing, and then you're steady fighting, going against the grain, and then you wondering why shit ain't, you know, doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's because, girl, it's that's not it right now, or like that's not it, period. Like, you need to go do something else. Like, because I saw this video that's like, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have, that's been going around on like TikTok and Instagram, where Steve Harvey's like, you know, sometimes God closes the door for a reason, because he heard things that you didn't hear, he saw things you didn't see, you know, he heard conversations that you know, so it's like, you got to keep that in mind. Like, that is not always a bad thing when something doesn't work out. Like I said, play a game in your head, like, okay, like that didn't work out, what's gonna be the next thing? Like, the main thing for you to do is to continue to push yourself to reinvent the wheel here, because that's the worst thing you can do, is to go through all of that pain and heartache and struggle, and you're continuing to stay there. Get your ass up, do something, okay? Do something about your situation. Don't continue to wallow in it. Like, it sucks, you got rejected, it didn't work out, oh well. Keep going, keep moving, because now that I look back on 2021, a lot of that shit happened for a reason. Like I said, I got fired from Amazon. I hate the way that it happened, but it needed to happen because I fucking hated Amazon. It was really bad for my mental health, and I lost my car, and I thought that was a devastating thing when I got into a wreck and I had to get another car. But at the same time, that car that I previously had a lot of stuff going on with it that, Lord knows, with my salary, I wasn't gonna be able to afford. I was gonna be riding around with no air, no heat, a cracked windshield, and a bunch of other shit that was going on with that car. So boom, got to a fender bender. I got the same car again, but it's fine. That one had less mileage on it, and it's got less issues. So the only thing with that is that I got into a really bad, you know, car deal at the dealership, but I'm working to fix that. Working to get out of that bullshit. But same thing with my living situation, because I showed y'all I had a really lovely space. I love that space so much. I just got into it, just decorated it, didn't really get to use it that much. But you know what? Like, the landlord of that house, y'all, was giving me hell at every single corner like the whole time I was there. So it made sense why God, you know, set it into place that, you know, hey, they're giving you 60 days to move out because they were selling the house, which they did not sell the house. That was bullshit. But it's fine. I needed that push, because Lord knows that I wasn't gonna do it. So God's like, you know what, I'm gonna have to force you to do some shit because you won't do it, okay? So like I said, sometimes you gotta go back and look at it, you know, and be like, you know what, thank you. That's what I do now. I go back and I'm like, in my quiet moments with myself, I say, okay, thank you for closing that door. Thank you for pushing me to do this. Thank you for that. Because sometimes we get really complacent and we're not gonna do it on our own. So the universe and God is gonna help a little bit, push us a little bit. What we have to do is know when we're being pushed, and to just like, don't like curl up and get scared. Go out, do it, go with the flow, move. You know what I mean? Like, don't get stuck, don't get complacent, don't get upset. It's okay. It's all working in your favor. It's all pushing you towards your purpose, okay? Remember that. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's gonna be my goal for this year. Keep the main thing the main thing, okay? It's okay. All right, I need to stop this video because my throat is getting dry, but I hope this video helped someone. I hope it made sense. I don't have any cliff notes. I'm just talking. But yeah, Let me know if how y'all are doing so far. Like I said, Happy New Year to everybody. Please be safe out here because COVID is alive and well. Like I said, I wasn't even doing shit and I caught it, so Lord forbid if y'all out here traveling and partying and everything else, please be safe because COVID and Omarion and all the rest of them, they're having a family reunion in America right now. So please be safe, please, please, please. And if you're not vaccinated, please, for the love of God, go get vaccinated. Because I am so happy that I did get vaccinated, even though I have COVID right now, because I have very mild symptoms compared to most people, very mild. Then once I get good and healthy, I'm gonna get a booster. So please, 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 please go do that. So as always, make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I am going to see you guys later.